Uh-oh.
Diabolical things I want in a man. Number 1, height. My man's gotta be above 6'2".
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Diabolical things I want in a man. Number 1, height. My man's gotta be above 6'2". My last 2 boyfriends were 6'3".
Uh-huh.
Both of them. And they were jacked. And they looked really good. How am I supposed
there's a reason why they're your exes, then, I would assume. They probably got tired of your crazy ass.
to downgrade from that? So, unfortunately, my next man will have to be 6'2" and up. Number 2, you can't have
Can
a
you
guy.
imagine how mad she would be if a guy said my next girlfriend has to have at least a B cup? Can you imagine that?
I need
Right?
you,
Bro,
girls.
get called
I need
out.
you fit and going to the gym
Uh-huh.
multiple times
Yeah.
a week. I'm
That's crazy.
sorry, like, I'm just not gonna date a fat guy. If I can be in the gym 5 days a week and be fit
Yeah.
and care about how I look, you can do it. Number
Uh-huh.
3, he cannot have a salary cap.
What?
Whatever career he's in, he needs to have multiple streams of income, and we need to be able to make as much money as possible. That's why I will never date a guy who works in, like, corporate.
So do you I would assume that she has a job, yeah? So I would hate to see a situation where you specifically want to rely on his income, because I mean, you could only live and think this way for so long, but you're gonna get old and you're gonna have this realization because of all these guys you dated that because you have this mentality that what's gonna happen is when you get to a certain age, even if you're really liking the guy you're with, he's just gonna dump your ass and find somebody else who's younger. Because that's really what happens here.
What is your 100?
I love these women that think that just because you get with a guy and he meets your criteria, that you meet his criteria. He's never going to tell you that. But I guarantee you, when you get to a certain age, he's going to dump you like it ain't no tomorrow. You're going to be gone. And then he's going to move on to the next young chick. And then the cycle's just going to rinse and repeat. Because why would he try to settle down for somebody like you if he could have whatever he wants because he makes a lot of money? Like, that's what a lot of these women don't seem to understand, is just because you have this thought in your head doesn't mean the world's going to capitulate to you.
What if he had... Wait, what? You're so dumb. You get stock options. If you work at a high-level job at a corporate, you get stock options with the company. Like, that's why the majority of people that work at NVIDIA are millionaires. Because they have profit and stock incentives, and the company's worth like $1 trillion. Yep. It's just... Yeah, she's so dumb.
The max you'll ever be able to get to is like, what, 150? Yeah, no, we're good. I
What?
need you in a career
You think that the highest salary is $150,000?
is going to make us money.
Walmart does that too. Walmart has stock incentives. If you invest in stock and you work at Walmart, you get big incentives.
I am a lover of luxury.
I
like
bet.
expensive things. I like expensive vacations. So
Yeah.
will you, if you're my man. So we need a career that can support that. Number 4, whenever we travel, he's got to be flying his business. I'm sorry, we're not sitting in economy together.
Uh-huh.
It's just not happening. Again, this is where the lack of salary cap is really going to help. And number 5,
Yeah.
he's got to have a really nice watch. I'm not really impressed when I hear somebody has a Rolex anymore because
Yeah.
those can be really cheap. I would much prefer if you had an AP or a Patek and maybe multiple of them. The Rolex.
Patek? The fuck is a Patek? AP watch. Price of an AP watch. Holy shit. Some of these watches like millions. What the fuck? Patek watch pricing. What the fuck? Shit's like $14,000. Huh? Oh, wait. Some of these are $14 million. Lady, you ain't gonna get nobody like that. See, this is what happens whenever you got parents telling you your whole life, you're beautiful and you're all these things, you're smart and talented and you should never settle for anything. And then whenever you get older and you realize that, that was bullshit and you come back to the realization that you're going to age and things aren't going to be the way you think they are, it's going to be too late.
Can be your day watch, and it still better be 50K plus.
Yep. Well, I'm sure that's going to work really well for you. Against rage bait? I don't know if it is or not. There are a lot of people that are totally fucking delusional.
Sorry to say, she's actually serious. And if you ever have a low moment, she's out.
Now, let's say he loses all his money, God forbid, decides he's going to fall into this depression and never get us out of this hole and we're going to be broke forever. Am I going to leave him? You fucking bet your ass I will.
And you know what's crazy? What I love about people that do this is they really think that the guy that buys a $14 million watch is going to stick with you as you get older. Because I guarantee you, when you get old enough he's gonna dump your ass and move on to the next young chick. You're just gonna be a fucking twinkle in his eye as you go out the door, and he leaves you with nothing because he's never gonna marry you. Only a dumbass would marry somebody like this. Marry you for what? So you can take half whenever he gets tired of you and moves on to the next girl? Shit.
Not because I want to, but because he broke his promise to me. The man I would marry would find a way to get us out of this. The man I would marry...
The people that you're looking to marry aren't interested in people like you. And they're not, because usually rich people only marry because it increases their wealth. You have nothing to bring to the table. You're pretty, yeah, but in a few years, that's not going to be a thing. Whether you like to admit it or not, you're going to get older. And then they're not going to want to be with you. Rich people don't marry because of how someone looks or how they feel about somebody. Rich people marry because it would combine two wealthy families and their wealth would multiply. That's why.
Would buckle down, find a plan, and get our money back. Get our lifestyle back.
And another thing that I'd like to say about this, whoops, hold on. Another thing that I'd like to say about this is just because you think, like, any person that was poor that actually makes decisions that are really good with their money is never going to date somebody like this. They're going to find somebody who's also poor and who has a better head on their shoulders that isn't like this, that they're going to shack down with. Like, if I ever got to be millions, I would never seek somebody like this because the head she has on her shoulders is completely fucking stupid. No.